Hello everybody, it's Jedi72 coming right at you with another predictions video. Tonight I will be doing week 3 for the NFL season and their predictions. In our first game, Thursday night, you got the New York Jets traveling to Cleveland to take on the Cleveland Browns. In this game, I'm going to go with the New York Jets to be victorious over the Browns. Browns playing some pretty decent football so far this year. Come close in week 1, almost beating the Steelers, and they came pretty close in week 2. But I just think the Jets are just too high right now. Sam Darnold is really lighting the field on fire. So the Jets are going to beat the Cleveland Browns. And then Sunday's matchups. You've got the Buffalo Bills traveling to Minnesota to take on the Minnesota Vikings. This is an easy one to call. Minnesota's defense is just way too good for any offense. I don't care what offense you are. Minnesota's defense wins football games. Minnesota over Buffalo. And then you got the New York Giants traveling to the great state of Texas to take on the Houston Texans. The New York Giants coming off a depressing loss to the Dallas Cowboys back in week 2. The Houston Texans basically trying to find their identity for the 2018 season. But in this one, I'm going to go with the Houston Texans to beat the New York Giants. And the New York Giants are going to fall to 0-3. Then you got the Green Bay Packers traveling to the nation's capital to take on the Washington Redskins. The Redskins in week 2 fell to 1-1 on the season so far. The Green Bay Packers, well, you know Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. He fought very, very hard against the Minnesota Vikings to take the Vikings to overtime to cause that one to be a tie. That game between the Packers and Redskins, I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. Then the San Francisco 49ers traveling to Kansas City to take on the red-hot Kansas City Chiefs. My goodness. Patrick Mahomes is just absolutely lighting defenses to, my goodness. Kansas City Chiefs over San Francisco 49ers. Then the Oakland Raiders going to Miami to take on the Miami Dolphins. That's an easy one to call. Oakland Raiders over Miami. Then there's the Indianapolis Colts traveling to the city of brotherly love to take on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles coming off of a tough loss, but they're a bounce-back team. They bounce back against the Indianapolis Colts. Philadelphia wins. And then you got the Tennessee Titans going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville, where just last week I called it the Jacksonville Jaguars victorious over the New England Patriots. Nothing's going to change. The Jaguars will move to 3-0 as they will beat the Tennessee Titans. Then the Cincinnati Bengals travel to Carolina to face the Carolina Panthers. That's going to be a good game. That is going to be a really good game. Carolina Panthers coming off a tough loss. I think Cam Newton's going to bounce back. Carolina Panthers beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Then there's the Denver Broncos traveling to Baltimore to take on the Baltimore Ravens. In that one, I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens will beat the Denver Broncos. Then you got a division matchup. The New Orleans Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons. This is going to be a matchup of epic proportions. You got two of the best quarterbacks in the league going head-to-head. Drew Brees versus Matt Ryan. Julio Jones, the receiver for Matt Ryan. Oh, my goodness. This is a tough one to call. But I'm going to go with the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints will beat the Atlanta Falcons. And then you got the Battle of Los Angeles. You got the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Los Angeles Rams. This is going to be a good matchup, but I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Rams. I think the Rams' defense is too strong. They got one of the best offenses in the league. There you go. The Rams over the Chargers. Then the Chicago Bears travel to Arizona to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Chicago Bears over the Cardinals. Then you got the Dallas Cowboys traveling to Seattle, Washington to take on Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. This is a tough one to call, but as much as it pains me, I got to go with Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks will beat the Dallas Cowboys. Then there's the New England Patriots facing the Detroit Lions in Sunday night's game. The Patriots coming off that tough loss to the Jaguars back in week 2. The Lions coming off of a tough loss as well. But the Patriots, they are a team, they just don't lose 2 weeks in a row. Patriots will beat the Detroit Lions as the Lions will fall to 0-3. Then Monday night, you got Ben Roethlisberger taking on the surprising Ryan Fitzgerald and the surprising Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Pittsburgh Steelers having some struggles this year, have yet to win a game. The tie back in week 1, the loss to Kansas City last week in week 2. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a surprising I can't talk. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a surprising 2-0. This one, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers bounce back. Ben Roethlisberger gets his game back. And with Ben Roethlisberger on top of his game, the Pittsburgh Steelers are tough to beat. The Steelers over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Those are my predictions for week 3. If you agree with these predictions, if you want to leave what you think your predictions are for week 3, leave your comments at the bottom of the page. Like the video, subscribe to show support for the channel, and we'll catch you next week when I give my predictions for week 4. Y'all have a good night. See you later.